This episode of Norm Nathan's Vault of Silliness has a little something for everyone. It hails from October 16th, 1996. Norm is in for Bob Raliegh for the Columbus Day holiday. I'm calling this episode Radio Digressions. We begin with the dumb birthday game, and it takes a while to get started. The players are as follows. I'm on the phone and opening some mail. Mike Epstein is producing and has a groveling apology. And Jack Harte with a report on a Route 24 rollover of a truck that had spilled 40,000 pounds of ice cream. Now we're having so much fun talking before we even finish the player introductions. Norm talks about the trepidation in having to read bra commercials. And back then, we thought the commercials were getting a little out of hand. And of course now, anything goes. Norm tells a great story about growing up in Everett. I ask an important question. And finally, it's back to player introductions. We're joined by Jack in Ottawa and Justin in Roslindale. Celebrated birthdays, Angela Lansbury, Tim Robbins, and we go off on a Tony Robbins tangent. Suzanne Summers and Jack and I sing the Three's Company theme. David Zucker and Barry Corbin. Norm's grandfather makes an appearance sipping some glue tea. Mike wants to take a break to air some bladder control commercials. Unfortunately, we don't have those here. And then Norm teases the Gary LaPierre Show with some very funny references. Now, we take a tertiary road and enjoy some commercials. I love hearing old commercials, and I hope you do too, because we've got a wagon load of them. They come to us from WSRS, and the voice you hear between them, as well as with the weather forecast, is Moneen Daly. We will enjoy some Kellogg's Honey Crunch cornflakes, and hey, you can visit Tony the Tiger on Halloween night at the Greendale Mall. Subway, Levitt's Columbus Day Sale, Strand's Ski Shop in Worcester, Savers Cooperative Bank. We even get an EBS test with an announcement saying that it's going to soon be changing to the EAS test. There's a good old-fashioned WSRS weather jingle. 2 from McDonald's, a jazzy 9X commercial, Sears Furniture and Appliance Outlet, Stratton Mountain and their Express card, Home Depot carpet installation. This one really made me chuckle. The Plymouth Neon Espresso. It has got all the amenities. We then return to Norm in the 4 a.m. hour with 4 callers. Regis, who milks his call for all it's worth, talking about cows. Al from Melrose with a request for guest info. We had Tippy Hedren on the night before, talking about her animal preserve, Shambhala. And then 2 players from the dumb birthday game call back. Jack, who shares some sad news, and Norm is very comforting. And then Justin, who reveals the reason he's going to Newark. Episode 59 begins in 3, 2, and 1.
Bluebird Recording Orchestra. Hello, Tony.
Hello, Norm. Hang on 1 second, all right? I gotta open this package. Hey, it looks just like my own underwear.
I'm sorry. I spoiled everything for you because I couldn't get your last line there. You said what?
I just opened the package.
Yes.
And it looks just like my own underwear.
Oh, is that, you have bladder trouble, do you? Was that what you're suggesting? It's kind
I wasn't suggesting anything. I was just suggesting I was opening the package and it looks like my own.
You know, one of my early days in broadcasting, it wasn't, well, I guess it was early. I was only maybe 68 at the time. I have to read commercials about bras, a big bra sale in Filene's basement or someplace. And I just hardly could get through them, the kind of thing. Now they talk about guys wetting their pants, and they have bladder control things.
Male itch.
Well, you have to mention a few. I mean, all kinds of things we never would have even thought about before.
Now, did you have to say bra? Did you say brassiere? Did you say...
I think we said, I don't remember now. Either way, bra or brassiere, both would have sent me into a wave of red-facedness. I mean, I couldn't imagine saying any of that kind of stuff. And I'd almost beg somebody to read it for me. Please read this for me. I can't say bra. I can't say it, please. Anyway, we also have, of course, Mike Epstein is with us. Hello, I'm Mike.
Hello.
We
once
had
again.
we have busy night. We've had a lot
It's been
of
a great night.
Yeah, a lot of interesting people.
Before we go any further, let me just make one little apology to a guy down in Maryland. His name is Terry. You gave me your number, Terry. I was going to call you back. I tried calling you back, and the lady from the phone company, that lovely recorded voice, said something to the effect of, the person called, the number you're dialing, something about since you couldn't identify us with call identification or something, it wouldn't take the call or something like that. So either
interesting?
I know, either I've got the wrong number, and it might be the accent. Maybe I just heard wrong, and again, I apologize.
Well, Terry works for the CIA.
Or he works for the CIA or some other such
No,
organization.
he's not going undercover again, Terry.
Terry, I'm just so darn sorry.
Yeah, Terry, we happen to know that you do work for the CIA and that you're an undercover agent. And the worst thing is it's not for our government. It's for a foreign government.
Are you saying he's a spy?
I think he's a spy, and I think he's a vicious, nasty person.
Well, it's good that we didn't have him on.
No, it's very good because he would have sent messages to spies everywhere.
And you know what his code name is?
His code name is
Rubber
Holly, Brown Holly. Now, what is his code name?
I said rubber pants.
Oh, you're back to that again. You can't
He's
get that
really
off your mind.
fascinated by this.
I am fascinated by it.
Okay. I think this is a good time to bring in Jack Harte,
Whoa.
don't you? Because he has a thing about rubber pants. Hey, where was that ice cream that on the truck? Now, where was that?
Why? We've got a cone, an empty cone.
Oh, I don't know. I just got an urge for, when you say that, I get this great urge for ice cream. Now, is it still on the road out there? And is it, is there a top layer that's not covered with dust and grease and road?
The top layer is covered with chocolate sauce.
Well, that's okay. Now, what's this? This was an ice cream truck that turned over?
A truckload of ice cream tipped over on Route 24 northbound by Harrison Boulevard in the Brockton-Avon area.
Oh,
and they had to unload its its cargo of ice cream spoonful by spoonful.
Now, why did it turn over? What did it run into something, or?
No, the driver who had been sampling his wares for a number of hours shifted to one side and brought the whole truck over with him.
He'd become a big fat tuppy guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't know whether or not someone cut him off or whether he just sort of felt that he didn't really want to quite make it to the supermarkets and ice cream stores that he was delivering to.
Do we know what flavor it was? Or was it many flavors?
It was 40,000 pounds. They had, your vanilla, your chocolate, your tutti frutti.
Yeah,
So they have the tri-flavored ones?
Harlequin?
Yes, that's the word. I couldn't think of it. Harlequin, yes.
I believe they even had checkerboard Harlequin.
Oh!
Why are you getting so excited, Tony? Yeah, because are you going to drive down there and then start scooping it off the road?
Well, it happened before I left. I was tempted.
Well, now, what is it pretty well cleaned up now, Jack?
Oh, no. They're going to be mopping up down there for a long, long time to come. They just have to keep on bringing in new people because, it's a lot of beautiful ice cream, but you can only eat so much.
So this may actually interfere with the traffic during the rush hour, you mean?
I'm thinking it might make things a sticky mess.
I think it might make things a sticky mess, but how glorious it is instead of like, a whole bunch of pencils being dumped on the road or something like that, or iron things.
Yeah, iron tacks.
Or steel ingots or something. But this was ice cream. That's so romantic and so wonderful.
Yep. Right now it's starting to run across the road, just like sort of squishing it up, making ice cream soup. You know how you make ice cream soup.
Are you one of those guys who likes to, put the dish of ice cream and let it melt till it gets soupy and then eat it?
Not me personally. Monine cares to do that, but me personally, I would rather sort of let it slightly seep into the cake a little bit. You see?
That's kind of nice to let it melt into stuff.
Who said anything about cake?
No, he didn't. No, but that's okay. Now, when I was growing up in Everett, B.B. Cohen, who lived next door, a sickly-looking person, lived right across the way. B.B. Cohen. And her mother was washing the kitchen floor all the time and would only let us in the house if we were just on our stocking feet. We'd have to take off our shoes in the hall. One of those kind of people.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether she's still alive or not. She probably is not, but B.B. probably
Did she have plastic on the furniture?
She probably did, but we never got that far. Because she thought even my socks were dirty. So she wouldn't let me in the house. But BB was the first in the neighborhood to have a refrigerator that made ice. Oh. And so she would come out in the yard with ice cubes in a napkin. And I thought at that time that was the height of luxury. ice cubes in a napkin.
Ice cubes in a napkin.
Wow, yeah. And she would lick the ice cubes and say, "You can't have any." Yum, yum, yum. And we would go to Revere Beach, for example, and she would get hot dogs, and she would not eat it right away because she wanted us to finish ours first, so she could say, "I still have some of my Frankfurts left. Say, I have a hot dog. Yum, yum, it's awful good. See, you don't have any. You finished yours." Yeah. She was one of those kids.
Was this little girl next door or Margaret from the Dennis the Menace comic strip?
I believe so.
Hey, this is a real person, huh?
No, the real person.
Oh.
But a lot of kids were like that. It wasn't just B.B. Cohen.
Well, a friend of mine who bought a house just a couple of years ago, that's the one thing that he wanted. His wife could decorate the place anyway she wanted, as long as he got a refrigerator that had automatic water and ice cubes in the door.
Okay, yeah. It's kind of funny because when you hold on to a hot dog like that, and everybody's finished with it, by that time yours is cold, and it's probably not worth eating, and it's probably no fun.
Unless she was kind of into ice cubes there, so maybe she's just sort of into cold food. Maybe she just. Some people have a thing for sort of cold substances.
Yeah, well, you're very kind. I think the thing she was into was, you're all through with yours. I still have mine. Yum, 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 yum. You can't have yours.
Now, when you had this ice cube in the napkin, was it cold enough where the napkin would stick to the ice cube and you'd have to, spit out paper from the napkin after you lick the cube?
Why don't you just ask B.B. Cohen, okay?
Well,
because I never did that. See, I don't know.
If you were
I thought she said she brought it out to you. She'd bring them out.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
She never shared.
Well, sometimes if we were, really on her good side, she'd bring an extra one out for us. I don't remember that it stuck to the napkin at all. I don't recall that.
Well, you got to figure that if she was eating ice cubes outside in a napkin, unless she was like really, really nasty and pushing it in your face, chances are the weather would be warm and that little sticky frozen part would probably melt away real quick.
I can't believe we sound like we're doing a Stan Freberg bit here. He once had a bit about comic strip characters. Supposedly he had a whole bunch of people who were authorities and were fans of certain comic strips. And one of them was a fan of Little Orphan Annie. And one other guy would say, Little Orphan Annie, she wears the same stockings day after day. And Stan Freberg's character would say, well, that may be true, but she rinses them out every night. I know that for a fact. And the whole bit was like that. Very, very funny stuff. Anybody who ever finds anything ever written by Stan Freberg and recorded, buy it, because it's a treasure.
I saw something not too long ago, and I was going to get it, but just wasn't the time to get it. But I wish I had.
Oh, a Stan Freberg thing? Oh no, but yeah. I hope you'll get it again next time. Hope it'll show itself up because he was an absolute great wit.
Still is.
He still is. That's right. He just came out with the history of the United States, the USA Part 2, and Part 1 was very, very funny. You're probably wondering, is there anybody else playing the game with us? Do we need anybody else? Because we're kind of a show in itself. We're a meal in itself. I always say, look at that, we're a meal itself. Except my hot dog, I still have a hot dog left. You don't have a hot dog. Yeah. Okay, let's go to Jack, who's up in Ottawa, Canada. Hi, Jack.
Hi.
That's all you got to say after all this stuff we've been regaling ourselves with?
Rag balls, humor, and
that's right.
Fascinating references.
Yeah. You got anything funny you want to say at all, Jack?
Which one?
No. This is Jack from Ottawa. No, I know you already say funny stuff all the time. What's that, Jack?
The weather is pretty funny around here.
Jack, remind me never to invite you to a party except that B.B. Cohen is there and your date. She's your double date, okay.
Okay, no.
Weather is very funny up here, boy.
Okay,
We have funny weather.
Okay, yeah. Jack, lay it to rest. Justin in Roslindale, how are you doing, Justin?
Too bad. I'm the loser, so I figured I'd try a brainless game.
You lost him in on the lateral thinking thing? Well, almost
one answer out of all those questions.
But almost everybody lost on that. They were all very, very tough. They were really tough. When you look at them and you think about them and you get the answer, though, there's a certain logic to it, but at the time it is really rough.
Did anyone win?
What happened to the lady with the shoes?
The shoes was, she was a...
That's the one I got.
Oh, you got that one. Yeah,
That's
that's
what I
right.
figured out,
She worked with a guy who was a knife thrower.
Oh.
And when she got the shoes, the heels were a different height. So he was a sharp shot with the knife. But when she was raised up a little bit, or dropped or something, when the heels were not exactly the same size, he was aiming for the old heels and
normally
missed and hit her right in the face. Yeah. What's that?
They come out of the back of the board. It's a machine. They push them out of the back of the board.
No, I don't care.
all-
I don't
it's
care.
all-
I don't care about the truth. I'm
right
not.
through the back of
I'm not looking for a revelation about this. I'm just saying this is what the answer to the puzzle was. It's always a guy like that in the crowd.
Looks like he didn't have to miss.
He's got it hidden in the palm of his hand.
No, we're assuming that this guy actually threw the knife, and there was nothing coming out of the board itself. There was no tricks.
Right.
He really did it, and she was a different height. And when he threw the knife, she was in the wrong position because of the new heels on her shoes, and she got it right in the face.
Oh,
She's resting comfortably at the Brigham and Women's and Mass General Hospital.
And cards may be sent to Ward 6, Room 523. Thank you so much. And she'd like some ice cream if we can get down to Route 24.
and a hot dog, maybe.
A hot dog, that's right. Because we're all out of hot dogs, and I'm the only one who has any left. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, let's play the dumb birthday, okay?
Well, that's it?
Yeah,
That's the whole panel.
What's that?
That's the whole panel.
That's the whole panel.
Okay,
The reason
yeah.
is because we have you, we have Mike, we have Jack. We figured, who else do we need? And
Don't
Jack,
blame me.
we thought Jack from Ottawa would be a whole bundle of laughs, and he may turn out to be that after all.
Maybe. Oh, I have something
Starting
funny.
slow.
Yeah.
I have something funny first.
Yeah?
I was going to call you the other night. I'm leaving tomorrow for 5 days in Newark.
Really?
Second prize was 10 days.
Well, that's very good, Justin. You know something? You're a very, you know what I mean, funny
Yes.
fellow.
Yes.
Okay, how about today's the birthday of Angela Lansbury.
Oh.
October 16th, of course, is today's date. Angela Lansbury, the actress born at Angela Bridget Lansbury in London, England, a three-time Oscar nominee, active on Broadway since 1966.
Wow.
And she's won 3 Tonys. She stars on and produces CBS TV's Murder, She Wrote. And she
Did, it's gone.
Yeah, not anymore. She doesn't.
No, I guess not. I guess that's done. But it was on for quite some time. She was also the voice of the teapot in Beauty and the Beast. She's been married to Agent Peter Shaw since 1949.
Wow.
And her age on this very day, October 16th. What do you think, Jack, from Ottawa? How old is Angela Lansbury?
I'd say 69.
69, okay. And Justin, what do you think?
I'm going to try 66.
66.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, what do you think?
Let's see. I'm going to say that she's 70 today.
70 today, okay. Jack Harte?
Let's see. Married in 1949.
49, yep, and married to the same fella since then.
Ooh, she was
He's an awful nice man.
I've seen her in some of her older movies. She was quite the tomato.
Yeah, she really was. She was kind of she was almost pictured like a sort of a sex symbol when she was much younger. I saw her on the stage a few times here in Boston. I forgot the names of the plays, but she's had a very illustrious theater background. Well, as it said, she was on Broadway.
She got into Broadway after she did movies for a while when her career was sagging, I think, a little bit.
That's right. She'd been a 3-time Oscar nominee, something like that. She active on Broadway since 1966, although I think she'd been acting since before then.
Yeah, because she was in Samson and Delilah, which must have been in the 40s. And she was in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, I believe. Wasn't she the
Bedknobs
friend?
and broomsticks.
Well, this was earlier in the thing. Wasn't she the friend? I've got to say that she's got to be 72.
72. Okay. Tony, what do you think?
I have 2 ages.
Has 2 ages?
Yeah, I'm trying to narrow it down to 1.
Oh, you have 2 ages.
Yeah.
I see.
She could be that. She could be that.
Well, she could be that or she could be that.
Oh, and by the way, last night you were talking about Penny Marshall.
Yes.
She did direct Big.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, you had said, her first feature film was that she directed was the baseball movie.
Yeah, The League of Their Own.
She had directed Big before that.
Yeah, she's obviously a very talented lady.
Yes, she is. Yep.
Yeah, there's a note here saying she looks upon you with great affection, Tony.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where that came in. It's unsigned, but it's a inter-office station kind of memo.
Is it in Tony's handwriting by any chance?
Yes, it is. But I thought, isn't that interesting? They both write in the same handwriting. I never even thought that it was a fraud.
Okay, she is...
Okay, and we're talking Angela Lansbury this time.
68, and that's all she wrote.
Okay. Actually, she's 71.
Oh, my other one. Oh, gee.
Oh. No, you were all very, very close. Nobody should be ashamed at all. Mike said 70, and Jack said 72, so those would be the two winners.
I can't believe it. That was the other age.
70 what? 2?
71. No, that's what I was going to say.
71?
68 instead, yeah.
And you would have won it clean.
Yeah.
Okay, how about Tim Robbins?
Jack who?
The actor-director, Jack Harte is the one who was the winner there.
Okay.
Tim Robbins, the actor-director from West Covina, California, in Bull Durham, Shortcuts, Zucker Proxy. He's the guy with the dimples and stuff. Isn't he the kind of cute young guy? Is that Tim Robbins? Married to Susan Sarandon.
He's married to Susan Sarandon.
Are they married? Are they finally
They have
married?
children.
It says here.
Oh, they have plenty of kids,
It says married to Susan Sarandon. That's what it says, yeah.
And she's an older woman.
Oh.
And she's fine.
And he's, I find it hard to accept his dimples because they don't look real. He looks so adorable. I think he just sits around poking.
Wow.
Yeah, taking his fingers and sticking them in his thing.
He's got 2 pencils on either side of his head right now.
Right. Okay. How old? Let's see. We'll start with you, Tony. What do you think? Tim Robbins. And speaking of ice cream, but never mind.
Oh, Baskin Robbins.
Brother Baskin.
Robbins. They still make Baskin Robbins, don't they?
Sure, 31 flavors.
31 flavors already. I remember when they had hardly one. It said, this is chocolate, but we're not even sure about that, whatever it is. We're starting
more on the
this way.
vanilla side.
Yeah. What is that green stuff? The
Pistachio?
Pistachio, yeah. Does anybody ever ask for pistachio ice cream anymore?
Ask for it? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Actually get served it? Yes.
Yeah, people still serve that, and you still can buy pistachio ice cream.
Yeah, they used to have the flat ice cream things that had like pistachio, strawberry, and vanilla, all on like a flat like on a piece of
thing that doesn't have pistachio.
It had a piece of wax paper on it.
Yeah.
What?
And you would serve it like if you were having like a big party or something.
Oh, one of those rolls?
Really?
Yeah, and they had it with the wax paper in between the slices.
Oh, that sounds just so tempting.
Yeah, like fruit cakes. Yeah.
Okay, Tony.
Tim Robbins is 30. Could he be that young? Yeah, sure. 38.
38. Okay, what do you think, Jack?
Is there any relation to that horse-faced Tony Robbins?
I don't know who Tony Robbins is. I have a feeling what you said is very funny, but
I know who you mean. He does an infomercial in the middle of the night.
Yeah, he's the self-help guru.
Oh yes. He was on David Bradney's show.
The lantern-jawed.
That's right.
Yeah, he was on once on David's show, and then another time he was supposed to call and never did. And that was
He was supposed to be on this program? Oh,
no,
on David's show.
Yeah.
I thought it was an unlikely guest for David, which kind of because his whole idea is how to be successal, isn't it? Is that the
And I always was curious why he didn't call that night. He failed his own plan.
Maybe he did. Maybe
Got to write it down.
Yeah, maybe he ran out of money. and he didn't have enough money to make the phone call.
Oh no, he counsels presidents and top leaders of industry.
Fire, hot coals.
Quincy Jones, yeah.
How about that hair?
What's the
deal with that?
Oh, that solid hair.
Yeah,
well,
it's
see, that's
changed
a time
now.
management. That's a time management thing. It's solid. It's chipped away out of stone, so he doesn't have to do anything with it but dust.
But hasn't it changed? Isn't it different?
Well, once in a while, as times for in the 60s, in the 70s, he had the one with sideburns,
Oh. Horse face. Very good.
Yeah. Jack Harte, what do you think? How old is
Don't
he?
you just love the way he talks, Jack?
Yeah, that's right.
He syllabicates nearly every single word.
Well, that's so that you understand him, and it's an efficiency deal.
The whole thing is he's so sure of himself that I find that impossible to believe anybody could be that sure of himself.
Exactly.
I think it's just that he's so tall that he's afraid that other people are afraid if they don't go along with him, that he'll just fall over on them. He's about 17 feet tall, and if they get hit by the jaw, that's the end of it.
Yeah, because when you're like most of us, you say, well, the first thing you ought to do is open an office first and put a desk in. But on the other hand, maybe you're not to. Maybe you ought to go on the next. Well, I think maybe a little cot would. Oh, I don't know. But he comes on so sure of himself about everything. I mean, only my father-in-law was ever that sure of himself of all the people in the world I've ever known. And he's dead, so that shows you what that can happen to you, yeah. Anyway, Jack, he died at 98, so before you start writing me nasty letters, any of you, he lived a good long life. I'm not going to die at 192. You sure? I know what I'm doing. I opened an office, and my rent is due for the next 5 weeks. I have a lease, and anyway, so he hung out. But how old is Tim Robbins? We're kind of getting off the track here, but who cares? Being on the track is not always a great deal of fun.
Yeah. Let's see. Tim Robbins.
Prunes. The answer is prunes. Stewed prunes, preferably with lots of syrup.
Yes, I'm the bus driver.
A little tea in a glass with some raspberry jam to flavor it a bit.
What?
That's the way my grandfather used to drink tea, in a glass. They never used to drink it out of a cup, always out of a...
I love tea in a glass.
Sure,
that's good. You must be my grandfather.
Well, no. It's just most of the glasses I have, every time I pour the boiling hot liquid in, it just cracks the glass.
No. He had, very thick glasses. I don't mean the kind he wore because of his eyesight, but he would also drop a little bit of, like a strawberry jelly or something, and instead of sugar, and that would sweeten it.
Yeah.
We must go back to those good old days, huh?
Well, you always hear in like an old Yiddish joke, somebody's talking about, I'm sitting there having a nice glass of tea and eating a plate of soup, and I said to the waiter, I said, taste the soup, and, this kind of thing.
It's not a glass tea, by the way. I must instruct you. Being of that heritage.
Okay.
It's gluz tea. Gluz tea. I must have a gluz tea.
Gluz tea.
That's right. Give me a gluz tea.
So
Give me a little strawberry jelly in there to sweeten it.
So I'm sipping a nice gluz tea.
Some toast.
Sound like Lawrence Welk there.
I do. No, that's who I'm talking about. That was my grandfather. Anyway, Jack, how old is Tim Robbins? In case you forgot what it is we're talking about.
Tim Robbins. Let's see. 40.
He's 40. Okay. And what do you think, Mike?
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins with the dimples.
What the heck has he done lately?
He played with his dimples.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
he wasn't in a movie with
They did the Shawshank.
the Mary Tyler Moore was in a movie. Was he in that movie with Mary Tyler Moore?
In the last year and a half or so?
No, a little bit more than that. Maybe about 4 or 5 years ago.
I don't know. There's no sense in stretching this out. I've got no idea who the guy is.
When was Hudson?
He was Shawshank Redemption. You don't
Yes,
remember?
Shawshank.
I
That's
never
right.
saw Shawshank.
That's right. He was in that.
commercials?
He was the star
Jacob
of that.
Blatter.
And something about Bob running for... He was running for...
Yep, that was the name of it. Bob. Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah.
Based on all that you folks are telling me,
And he just directed the Sean Penn, Susan Sarandon movie where she won the award.
in case I haven't made it crystal clear, I go to no movies ever. I abhor movies, Tony.
You
Thank
do?
Yes. Actually, I just don't have the time to go see
Yeah,
them. I'm working nights for crying out loud. When am I going to go to the movies? Going to sit there in the theater, see a matinee all the time?
Sure,
Just me and nobody else?
$3.50 somewhere around there.
Well, I got to sleep sometime. But anyway.
You want to guess anyway? Just take a guess.
What the heck? I'll say 41. Why not?
Wouldn't it be wild if he actually got it? I'm not saying he has. I'm not saying he is not. I'm just saying let's have Gloucester. Justin, what do you think? How old do you think Tim Robbins is?
I know he's wicked young looking, but
yeah, he is.
Let's try 44.
44.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jack, what do you think? That Jack from Ottawa?
41.
41. Okay, it's actually 38, which is...
yes!
Tony said that right on the button. So we have one from Tony and one from Jack as we go to Barry Corbin.
Don't I have one also? Because Jack and I tied on that first one?
No, you didn't tie. You
said,
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You have one. Correct. That's right.
Thank you very much.
You did tie.
Now, while Tony celebrates his first victory of the evening, can we take a little break and get rid of some commercials?
Commercial?
You only played 12 minutes of them before the game.
I understand that, but we have 13 more to go.
Oh, there are commercials on this program, on Bob Rawleigh's program. There are commercials.
Yeah, try to squeeze a little programming in when you get the chance, will you?
That's right. We'll have more commercials in just a moment. Troll things that we were talking about, the underwear. If they market it the same way they do those men's clothes. You know, like, oh, sure, you'll be worn by fancy people up on Fifth Avenue. Well, I'll be worn by bums down on Skid Row.
Yeah, but it's the same bladder control problem.
That's right, the same price for the same bladder control problem. I can't believe we're saying this. That's great. Okay, we'll continue with the dumb birthday game. And let's go to Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne Summers?
You mean the derelicts get the same bladder control underwear that the people up in the fancy apartments get?
You mean you were cut from the same rubber?
Okay. Suzanne Summers' birthday is today. Born Suzanne Mahoney, got into trouble at her Catholic boarding school when the nuns found her love letters to Bruce Summers, so she left school to get married. Ooh. Oh, that is such a tender...
Still married to him?
I guess her name then became... she's known as Suzanne Summers, so I guess she married the guy she wrote the love letters to.
Yeah, but she's not still married to him. They had a child, and then she married somebody a number of years later.
Yeah. She's living out at, Phoenix or someplace on the desert, Arizona?
She has a big Las Vegas show, doesn't she?
He is something, and she
does the Time Master for the audience.
2.5 hours, she just whacks her knees back and forth.
That's right. Okay.
Charleston Review.
Let's start with you, Justin. How old do you think?
Great. I'm trying to think who the heck she is.
Suzanne Summers.
She was on Three's Company.
Three's Company. That's right. That's right. The blonde lady. Also, what Jack Harte was referring to was the
Thigh Master.
Yeah, and of course now the Butt Master.
Now, how does that work exactly? What do you squeeze together for that?
You
That's a rather cheeky comment.
Well, if he doesn't, the other guy doesn't have time to watch movies. I bet he doesn't watch the Thigh Master commercial either.
You want to bet?
You do. You tape him?
That's why he doesn't go to the movies. He's sitting around all day watching Thigh Master. The legs go in, the legs go out.
What are you, a wisecracker?
Okay, come on, Justin, what do you think? How old is Suzanne Summers? What do you think?
Let's go 51.
51. Okay, and Mike, what do you think?
49.
Mike says 49. And Tony, what do you say?
Yeah, she's getting up there.
Getting up there.
She's 40. Three's Company was what? Late 70s, early 80s?
Oh, that was late 70s.
Mid to late, yeah.
Yeah, mid-70s.
So let's say mid-70s, 20 years. Yeah, 47.
47.
47 in her thighs.
Her thighs are 47.
Oh, her thighs are probably like 28.
Okay. Jack Harte, what do you think?
Suzanne Summers. She seemed to be a lot more attractive when she was in that show. Then I don't know, maybe she took off the ditzy character or something, and she just kind of lost her something.
That's a very good analysis. I wonder if you mind substituting for Joyce Kilhayworth when she's on vacation.
Let's see. Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne Summers. I saw Joyce at the Topsfield Fair the other day. She was talking to a Royal Mounted Police officer about his horse, and I wanted to go up to her and say, Joyce, you don't know a damn thing about horses or animals. What are you doing here? Do you understand cow and manure and all of that kind of stuff? You're too dainty for that. But I held myself back, and I just walked on. Everybody was looking at her instead of the horse, which is, I don't know, you can read into that anything you want.
We're counting her teeth to tell what you
want. That's right. Look at that. Look at that teeth. Time to get her teeth filed back a little bit, boy, you know. New shoes.
Who's her farrier?
Yeah, who's her farrier?
Nice shoes.
Yeah. Anyway, Jack, how old do you think Suzanne Summers is?
Suzanne Summers. Yes. Let's see. Can we all do a version of the theme song? Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We'll be waiting for you.
We'll be waiting for you.
Oh, where the kisses are hers and his, three's company too. She's going to be 46.
46. Okay, and Jack up in Ottawa, what do you think?
47.
40. How much? 47?
Yes.
Okay. Suzanne Summers actually is 50.
Oh, wow. See, she is pushing it.
Yeah, she is the big 50 today, yeah. Mike said 49, and he said 49, but Justin also said 51, so they both were within 1 year.
All right.
And that means, as we check the scores here, we haven't really gone very far in this thing. We have Mike has 2, Jack, Tony, and Justin all have 1 apiece. As we go to David Zucker, or Zucker. You know David Zucker from the
Zucker Brothers?
From the Zucker Brothers, yep. Film producer. Best known for movies Airplane, My Life, Ruthless People, and the Naked Gun films. Started Kentucky Fried Theater in Madison, Wisconsin, then moved it to Los Angeles. Somewhere along that line, I interviewed all 3 of them, Zuckers and the Abrams brothers. And they had just come out of I thought it's St. Louis at that point, but apparently it was in Madison, Wisconsin, because they are from the state of Wisconsin. And they were going to try a movie. They were just trying to raise money for a movie. It was the Kentucky Fried movie, which was their first one. And then, of course, later, they're tremendously successful. But let me see, when would I have interviewed them? I think that was that was still back in the 60s, I think.
And how old was he then?
Or 70s, 60s or 60s.
For Kentucky Fried Movie?
Yeah, it was in the 60s.
I thought it was like in the late 70s.
Was it that late?
I could be wrong.
No, I may have been doing some other show. I've been thrown from station to station so much I lose track. But
this is true.
Anyway, I guess I don't know. Anyway, David Zucker, Jack from Ottawa. What do you think?
I'd say 54.
54. Okay. What do you think, Justin?
I think they're all old, those guys, aren't they? Yeah. Let's say, I don't know. I haven't the slightest idea, so we'll go 70.
70. You have no idea who they
How
are?
old he is? Oh, I know who he is.
Okay.
Oh, you're thinking of another Zucker, I think, that did some cartoons and such in the early days of cartoons.
No, because that would be dead now.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Mike Epstein, what do you think? How old is David? Is it Zucker or Zucker? Well, they call him Zucker, I think, don't
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
I guess none of us do that.
I've heard both, and they both work for me. I'm going to say that he is 64.
64.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack Harte, what do you think?
51.
51. And Tony?
With a name like Zucker, it's got to be funny.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. With a name like Zucker, it's got to be a good fried movie. Oh, yes.
Wow.
Well, let's see. If that movie came out in the mid to late 70s, let's say it came out in 76.
That would
That's
be
the spirit.
Thank you. 20 years ago, and it took him a while to get some financing, but he was probably young enough.
And he aged a little.
Yeah, 53.
53. He's actually 49.
Oh.
Well, let me see. Who was closest? I think Jack Harte said 51. So he was 2 years off.
I was using some of that. I just...
And
I was only 21 off.
What's that?
I was only 21.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Justin. So that means that Jack and Mike are both 2 years. I mean, had two correct answers and one apiece from Tony, and also Justin. I guess we get time for just one more. Barry Corbin. See if you know Barry Corbin from Northern Exposure. The actor in Northern Exposure. You know which one he is?
No.
He's the one who's they call Barry Corbin. I don't know. I couldn't.
Was he also in L.A. Law?
That's Corbin Bernsen.
Yeah, that's Corbin Bernstein or Bernsen. Yeah, no, that's somebody else.
Barry Corbin, was he the guy from NASA, the retired?
I have no idea. I know I've seen Northern Exposure. I have an idea of which one he is, but I'm not positive enough to describe him.
Doctor type?
I don't know.
No, he wasn't the doctor.
Okay, but anyway, today's his birthday. We better guess because time is going to moving along.
Okay.
So I'll ask you first, Tony. What do you think?
I don't even know which one he is. Jeez.
No, I know it.
None of us do.
Wish I could clue you on that.
Well,
I have other information on stuff, but all it says is this other book doesn't even mention his name. Oh, my goodness.
is the guy on the radio station? They all actually worked at the radio station in that town, didn't they?
Yeah. At one point or another, yeah.
Yeah, if he's the guy I'm thinking about, 57.
57. And Jack, what do you think?
Well, if it's the guy that Tony's thinking about, I only saw bits and pieces of maybe one show.
Yeah.
Saw it once in the first run, and then when it came around to reruns again,
If you could make a guess, I'd appreciate it, because we're going to run it into the Gary LaPierre program, but we don't hurry this along.
The Gary LaPierre show.
Yeah, it's the Gary LaPierre show, and here with the news, Gary.
Overtime.
let's see.
Hi, everybody. There's funny news stories in the news this morning. And a funny temperature. It's 44 degrees.
And the funny forecast.
Okay, come on, Jack. What do you think?
56.
Okay, and Mike?
51.
51?
Yeah.
51. Okay, and Justin?
I'm going to figure it's not the character they're talking about and go with 44 again.
44. And Jack from Ottawa?
52.
52. Actually, it is 56, and that's what Jack Harte said.
Oh, what?
So Jack springs into the lead with 3.
We'll call him
And Tony has...
2, right? Did I have 2? Just 1.
Did you have 2? Yeah. No.
just one?
No, Mike had 2. You have 1.
It's okay.
Oh,
I'll
that's
live.
okay.
I was really close on a lot of them, though.
Thank you, Norm. I got to run.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike. Good to have you with us. And
Mike.
as a result, Jack Harte will be the guest on the Gary LaPierre show this morning, right after 5 o'clock. Okay. Just pick up your funny costume in the costume department and be part of the Gary LaPierre news show.
Woo-hoo! I got off my funny hat even as we speak.
Okay. Hey, thanks all of you. You're always a lot of fun to have as guests on the program. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice to be had.
It's nice to be had.
Yeah.
Jack and Justin, thank you very much, both of you.
Terrific.
Good to have you with us. And, of course, Tony and Jack.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, guys.
We're here to test Kellogg's new cereal, Honey Crunch Corn Flakes. Listen to what consumers have said.
Because it's Kellogg's, I know I can trust it. Because it's Corn Flakes, I know it's wholesome. Just a little sweeter. My whole family will love it.
This is much crunchier than I expected. It's unlike any other flake I've eaten. More crunchy.
While I can taste the honey and nuts, I can still taste the Kellogg's Corn Flakes. It's still simple and wholesome. I really like them. There you have it, folks. Try Kellogg's Honey Crunch Corn Flakes and taste for yourself. A great new way to start the day.
Kellogg's has been dedicated to you for over 90 years and continues to support activities which promote family involvement and safety. Kellogg's is proud to be a sponsor of this year's Victory Market's WSRS Little Monster Mash Bash. Stop by the Greendale Mall and visit Tony the Tiger Halloween night. And remember, Kellogg's has lowered prices on cereals, so now the best to you costs less to you.
Subway bakes my bread up fresh, and that's my way. My way.
It's back, and it's the best tasting sandwich you've ever had. The A1 Steak and Cheese from Subway. It starts with fresh baked bread, then juicy strips of steak smothered with original A1 steak sauce, plus melted cheese and veggies cut fresh every day, including your choice of tomatoes, onions, lettuce, and green peppers. And right now, you can get the A1 Steak and Cheese meal deal from Subway. That means you get a 6-inch sub, a bag of chips, and a 21-ounce drink for only $3.99. The A1 Steak and Cheese from Subway. You wanted it back, you got it, but not for long. Subway's A1 Steak and Cheese meal deal for just $3.99. You better hurry.
Subway, my way. Subway, 'cause nothing can be better than
Offer available for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Not valid with any other offer.
Subway, 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 my way. It's a brand new day for every room in America. Something new for every house and home.
Come to the biggest Columbus Day sale in America.
That's a Bdays.
Everything is on sale. All living rooms, all dining rooms, all family rooms, all entertainment centers, all lamps, chairs, bedrooms, and bedding too. Plus, don't pay a cent until next year. No money down, no monthly payment, no finance charge until January 1997.
That's a Bdays.
It's a Columbus Day sale featuring the best brand names. Natuzzi, Broyhill, Stanley, Serta, Simmons, Spring Air. All the furniture you need for every room in your house. And it's all on sale. Plus, don't pay a cent until January 1997. Hurry in. It's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday only. APR may vary by state and range from 18 to 24%. Minimum finance charge up to $1. Finance charge will accrue, but interest will be credited if paid in full by the January 97 due date. Excludes special purchases, certified values, clearance items.
Buying used skis and equipment during Strand Ski Shop's annual used ski and equipment tent sale will save you a lot of money while giving you the peace of mind knowing that your purchase is from Strand Ski Shop. Strands is one of the oldest and most respected ski shops in the country, offering you expert advice and personalized service. For this sale only, Strands has marked all used downhill skis an additional 25% off. That's right, 25% off. And this sale is the only time used cross-country skis will be sold this year. Visit Strand Ski Shop at Exit 1 off I-190 in Worcester. Whether you're a beginner or pro shopping for new or used ski equipment, remember, it all starts here at Strand Ski Shop. Hurry, sale ends today at 6 p.m. Start your ski season at Strand Ski Shop.
Savers means loans. The most recent edition of Money Magazine finds that 3 of the 4 leading borrowing deals in the Worcester area can be found at Savers. The best auto loan, Savers Cooperative Bank. The best home equity line, Savers Cooperative Bank. The best 30-year fixed-rate mortgage, Savers Cooperative Bank. See your personal Savers advisor in Southbridge, Charlton, Uxbridge, Auburn, Grafton, and Sturbridge. Savers is an equal housing and equal opportunity lender and member FDIC-SIF.
The following is a test of the emergency broadcast system. This station is testing its emergency broadcast system equipment. The EBS will soon be replaced with the emergency alert system. The EAS will provide timely emergency warnings. This station serves the Worcester County area. This concludes this emergency broadcast system test.
WSRS, Worcester County weather.
The WSRS Weather Center forecast, sponsored by Savers Cooperative Bank. For the rest of the afternoon, enjoy the sun and the foliage, 64. Clear, cold, just 29 tonight. Temperatures are going to rapidly drop after the sun goes down. Tomorrow, bright sun, just 49. And then for Wednesday, mostly sunny. Right now, we've got beautiful fall colors and a sunny 60 at the station that specializes in continuous light rock favorites.
96.1 WSRS.
A while ago, my father took me aside and said, "Son, you're grown up now. Go out into the world and take what you want from life. It's time to be a man." It turns out he meant I was ready to order the deluxe sandwiches at McDonald's, which I'll do the next time I see a McDonald's. but that may be a while now since I misunderstood him and joined the Navy.
Introducing McDonald's Deluxe Sandwiches. Burgers, chicken, fish with fresh toppings. It's McDonald's with a grown-up taste. Available at a participating McDonald's near you.
Mom, Timmy's hitting me. I'm hungry. Dad, Annie's put grape juice on the couch. Mom, I'm bored.
If you and your family could use a change of pace, come into McDonald's and check out the McFamily Value Center. You'll find great money-saving coupons that'll get you discount tickets to sporting events, theater events, family outings, and much more. This month at the McFamily Value Center, you could save $3 off admission to Spooky World, America's horror theme park, open every night in October. So stop by McDonald's while supplies last. See coupon for details.
9X presents a few words on making a call.
Say you wanted to make a call. What would it look like? What would it feel like, this call? Fat, square, round, big, or tall? I'd make a call that was fuzzy and warm so you could wrap it around you and feel safe in a storm. But the call you make can be any shape, any size, any color at all. So think something special and make your own call.
9X, connected to the way you live.
Discontinued refrigerators, extra ranges, sofas and recliners from the display floor, out of carton washers and dryers with a little scratch or a hidden dent. These are the items you can get at 20 to 60% off regular retail price every day at your nearby Sears Furniture and Appliance Outlet store. High quality items gleaned from Sears stores coast to coast, just waiting for you to come in and take them home for less. The Sears Outlet store is loaded with great buys on washers, dryers, ranges, refrigerators, sofas, recliners, mattresses, and more. This is where the great values are, at savings of up to 60%. And if you don't see exactly what you want today, chances are you will tomorrow, because new shipments arrive every single day at the Sears Furniture and Appliance Outlet store at the intersection of Route 9 and Route 20 in Shrewsbury, next to the Christmas tree shop. For the best values on the highest quality merchandise, it's the Sears Furniture and Appliance Outlet store, home of 20 to 60% savings every day.
Dear friend, I've never written to an advice column before. I work in the lift ticket office at Stratton Mountain. I loved helping all those nice skiers. Then came the Stratton Express card with its 50% discount midweek and 25% on weekends and holidays, and that's freight. Great. The problem is, you can also use the Stratton Express card to go straight to the lift without a ticket. Do you know how lonely it is sitting there while the world goes right by your window? Fran, I fear I'm turning into a dangerously unhappy employee. Please tell me what to do. Signed, Tearful Ticket Seller. P.S. Better get your Stratton Express card before it's too late.
That's right. With a Stratton Express card, you can ski and snowboard for up to 50% off. What's more, if you purchase your card by October 31st, you'll get it for the special low price of $49. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-STRATTON today.
Things I've learned to do myself. Change my oil. Get to work on time. Tie my own shoes. Fix a leak. Program a VCR. You'll notice that nowhere on my little list of self-congratulation will you find the words, install carpet. Because basically, that's what the Home Depot is for. Home Depot's installers are real professionals. In fact, they're so good that Home Depot guarantees their work completely. Not only that, but Home Depot's carpet department has just about every kind of carpet made. Hundreds of colors and styles. From brand names you know, like Stainmaster by DuPont. And since it's Home Depot, you never have to wait for a sale because you get the guaranteed low price every single day. So if installing carpet hasn't made it on your know-how-to-do list yet, or even if it has, stop by the Home Depot, where great carpet is just the beginning.
40 minutes of continuous light rock favorites are just 60 seconds away on 96.1 WSRS.
We didn't want Plymouth Neon Espresso to be some ordinary Joe. So we added a little sweetener to this espresso. Stuff like fog lamps, front bucket seats, a rear spoiler.
Have another cookie, sweetheart. Grandma made them especially for you.
And a power bulging hood that houses 150 peak horses in a piping hot dual overhead cam engine. The result? The new Plymouth Neon Espresso. Available in 2-door or 4-door. With all this and lots more for a price that'll really open your eyes. Just $12,270 for starters. Plymouth Neon Espresso. One clever idea after another. That's Plymouth. Base MSRP includes $1,000 cash back, tax extra. Vehicle can be ordered. Actual prices vary. Always wear your seatbelt.
But this farm maybe had 1,200 cows, and they had a regular milking parlor, okay, and they milked them 3 times a day around the clock. And the cows come in there, they have a computer chip in their ear, or on their ear, okay, and they come in, and the gate opens up for the stall, and when they milk that cow, there's just 2 people take care of the 50 or 100, whatever they milk at a time, and they get in from the back, and the tail's out of the way then. And then they wash it down easier and everything. And there's no flies. My wife, when we visited, was concerned about the fly swatting and everything, but we looked and went on down to the barn and everything, or the places where they keep them, and there was no flies anywhere, and it was open on the outside.
Okay, so
not a fly period.
So they figure the cows don't need the tails to whack away at the flies because they're animals. They keep the flies out.
One thing amazing, the computer, when they're done milking, the computer, well, first thing, when they're done milking, there's about a foot of water washes down through the milking flour on the floor, a great big gird, okay? And then they release the cows, were released out of the stalls, and the gates will open, and the cows go on back. Now, when they're milking that cow, if the milk wasn't up to the production that it should have been, they'll send that cow on sick call. And when he comes down, he'll get in a walkway and the other cows will go straight through. But when that chip on his ears red and his milk production wasn't up, the gate will close and steer him down another walkway, and he'll go into sick call. And then if the cow's about to calve and everything, it'll steer it down to the calving barn. It's very, very interesting. It's open to the public in central Pennsylvania. It's in a near town, 7 Stars.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe there may be equivalent to kinds of settings here in New England also, where you might be able to see the same thing. Otherwise, people are going to have to go to Pennsylvania, I guess. But we have a fair amount of dairy cows here. I think dairy cattle, dairy cows, that kind of stuff, is about the only farming that people do much. So most of the other farmers are pretty much out, I think, in New England anyway. I mean, I know they grow other crops and everything in other parts of the country, but farming is, anyway, it's a tough business. But my sympathy still goes with the cows. Okay, I appreciate the information.
Sure enough.
Your name is Regis. You're the only second Regis I've ever known. And I don't even know the other Regis. I just see him on television. Is that a family name?
Not necessarily.
No?
But my wife's not Kathy.
Okay. I can see you said that before, Regis. That was not an original line right this second. But anyway, thanks a lot for calling. I appreciate talking.
Sure enough.
Thanks a million. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Regis, that's an interesting name. Al in, Al in Melrose. Hi, Al.
Good morning. How are you, Norm?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I'm enjoying the show. I also enjoyed last night when Tippy Hedgen was on. That whole thing was very interesting.
Oh, yeah. She's an interesting lady. Thank you.
You're welcome. Might you still have the address for her place?
Yes, I do. Let's see. I got a thing here. Let me see. I'm going to flap some papers in your ear. I've got a bunch of stuff here. Let me see. I think she had, yes, Shambhala, Shambala. This was her animal wildlife preserve, the 80-acre animal wildlife preserve, 60 miles, she said, north of Los Angeles in the San Gabriel Mountains. It's called Shambhala, Shambla. She explained what that meant, and I forgot. Something like serenity and peace. It was a lovely thing.
Yeah, a Sanskrit word, right?
Yeah.
But the address is what?
The address is Box 189.
Okay.
Acton, as in Acton, Massachusetts,
All right.
Acton, California, 93510.
Okay.
93510. I have a phone number, too, if you're interested.
Yes, please.
Okay, it's 805 268 0380.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in. Birthday game with us a little bit earlier. How you doing, Jack?
Oh, not too good.
Not too good?
No.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I didn't say anything on a dumb birthday game, but I lost my mother at 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon in my arms.
Your mother, you lost your mother?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
She
that.
died.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just yesterday, you mean Tuesday afternoon?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, that's life.
Yeah, that is life, yeah.
But she's out of pain.
Yeah.
She had a tumor and she had cancer and everything, so.
I'm sorry to hear that. I had lost my mother sounds like she had my mother had breast cancer, actually, and just never took care of herself and let it go, and that was too bad.
Yeah.
And she was a sweetheart, so I know how you feel. It's tough to be in that kind of position where you lose somebody you like that much.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. You live alone? Are you married, or what's your situation now, Jack?
I got a girlfriend.
Yeah, well, is she very helpful during all of this?
Yeah, she's very comforting.
Oh, well, that's good. That's really good to know. That's good. Because I was married and I had a wife at that time, and to have somebody you can hold on to when you're going through a period of grief always helps a lot. It doesn't wipe away all the problems, but it helps you a little bit. I wish you the best. I hope you get through this and the pain becomes a little less severe.
Well, it will, and I want to thank you for letting me on the dumb birthday game.
That's okay. It was good to have you, Jack. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being part of that.
Oh, okay. I sincerely appreciate it.
Okay. Take care. Take care of yourself. My best to your girlfriend. Hold her tight. Tell her how much you're proud of her, and kiss her a lot, and be glad that she's still with you.
Thanks, Norm.
Okay, Jack. It's 4:52. We have time for another call or two if you'd care to call. I'd love to hear from you. Okay? Would that be okay? WB, did I tell you Mike Epstein is our producer? I'll tell you that because that's terribly important. Producer really makes or breaks a show. I know you think that the show has been really swell because I'm so wonderful, but it really is it's all Mike. I'm beginning to mumble on and say funny things. Anyway, it's not even the Norm Nathan show. It's actually the Bob Raliegh show, and he'll be back tonight. We'll be gone for a few days. Be back at our usual time on Friday night. We'll have interesting people at that time too, and throughout the weekend. And all in all, I think listening to WBZ, I think is just so darn swell. Fella from the dumb birthday game today, Justin in Roslindale. How you doing, Justin?
Pretty good. All return callers, huh? I forgot to tell you why I'm going to Newark. Because I was so fascinated with that Ice Cube story.
That's right.
You were sitting here.
You said you were going for 5 days to there.
It's an old-time radio convention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Friends of Old Time Radio.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah, I've been going for like 3 years. It's been going on, I guess, 21. It's really fascinating. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, tell us what you expect this year.
Well, they have 30, 40, 50 people that were on the old-time radio shows. The sound people, the announcers.
Yeah.
Bob Hastings is usually there.
I'm sorry, who was there?
Bob Hastings, he was Archie Andrews, the original, but he was also on McHale's Navy.
Oh, yes.
He was the bumbling assistant or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know about the names. I don't know who's really you'd know, but you'd know Fred Foy. He announced the Lone Ranger.
Oh, sure. Fred lives around the Boston area. Now, he lives up Reading or Wakefield, somewhere up around that way.
Yeah, because is it you that has that guy that knows all the stuff about radio?
No, I don't. That's Bob Raleigh has Mel Simons.
Yeah, because he's down there a lot, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's about 30, 40 guests all the time. It's pretty interesting.
How many people generally show up for these conventions? A lot of people?
A lot. Way over 300 just have the dinner.
Really?
Usually. It goes on about 3 days. Thursday,
Okay.
Friday, Saturday.
What are some of the old radio shows that you like?
I started collecting Sherlock Holmes. I like the mysteries.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought there weren't very many of them. And there's millions of them. There's so many radio shows that they captured. Like you were talking earlier with that lady, and she was talking with a caller, and the caller had some radio shows, her husband's.
Oh,
that's
yes.
That's how they retrieve them.
Yeah, yes.
When people have them, and they just...
I was talking with the wife of Rudy Valley,
Right,
and a guy called and said he had... this was a guy who does a show down on the Cape.
Yep.
And he has a lot of the old Fleischman Hour with the Rudy Valley with his old variety show things. And I don't think she even knew that they still existed.
No, it sounded like she didn't know they were there.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
That's how the word gets out, and that's how they spread.
Yeah, that's
you know?
right. That's right. Do you ever come across copies of the Scarlet Pimpernel radio show?
Oh boy.
I mean, that's kind of a rare one. I don't know how long that
it's a little
lasted.
Obscure, but it'll probably be down there.
Okay,
There's about 60 dealers.
Yeah.
And they all have like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 stories, tapes. I mean, it's amazing. I didn't realize there was so much.
When does this convention begin?
Okay, it begins Thursday. It's a Holiday Inn in Newark, New Jersey.
Okay, and it's this Thursday throughout the weekend.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
If you could call me when you get back, I won't be on probably till the following weekend, but I'd love to talk with you about what went on and what you saw and all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, I was going to fax you the sheet here that tells you what happens too.
Okay, I'd love to know what's going on, what went on down there.
The best thing I think I enjoyed is they do recreations.
Yeah.
With the original sound guys and the actors, and it's really fascinating, the original mistakes that they make.
Because there's a guy down in Brockton at Massasoit College who has a smaller convention, but it's kind of fun on weekends on old-time radio down at the Massasoit.
All those people go down there.
Yeah, his name is Bob Bowers. Have you been down there at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have been? Okay. Well, one of these years I'll get to see you because I go to those. But call me. I've got to get going. But call me back when you get a chance, Justin, after the convention. Let me know what happened.
Okay.
I would appreciate it.
Bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now. For us to go. News coming along. Gary LaPierre, Deb Lawler, Gil Santos. Boy, you name them. We got them here, man. I mean, we got them here, man. So you'll be brought up to date with all the news that's going on, the latest weather and all that kind of information, sports and things. And tonight at midnight, or just after the midnight news, Bob Raliegh will be back to keep you company through the night. And we'll be back on our usual program during the weekend, so that'd be next Friday night at midnight. If you can join me at that point, I'd appreciate it. We'll have a lot of interesting guests, and mostly it's a lot of it has to do with talking with you because you're just so darn interesting.
Please like, subscribe, and share. I find these radio respites provide a small elixir in a world gone mad. I look forward to having you all back here next week in the Teen Canteen. Closing the vault and riding the radio waves home. For B.B. Cohen, Revere Beach Hot Dogs, Stan Freeberg, Little Orphan Annie, Tony Robbins, Joyce Kulhawick, Gary LaPierre, WSRS, Monine Daly, Tony the Tiger, Radio Jingles, Spooky World, EBS Tests, Cows, Tippi Hedren, the Friends of Old Time Radio, the Scarlet Pimpernel, Bob Bowers, Mike Epstein, Jack Harte, and the man who's coating his throat with some raspberry jam-infused gluten, Norm Nathan. I'm Tony Nesbitt.